make it memorable. Today's segment is all about pretty plating. We're going to show you how to take an ordinary dining hall meal and transform it into an Instagram-worthy dish.
All right. Well, courtesy of Coppin State University Dining, we have our to-go plate for today, and we're going to turn it into, like Brianna said, an Instagram-worthy plate. One of the things that I enjoy doing for my family and at home is really being able to make the plate look attractive and appealing so that I'm eating with all of my senses. And so, of course, your campus dining has the taste down. They have the smell down. But you get to give it the visual since you're taking it back to your dormitory. So we have beef and broccoli. We have lo mein noodles and bok choy that we brought with us today in our to-go cup, and we're going to break it down into this plate. So the way that I like to really encourage people to master their plating is to think of it like a play, right? And so when you have a play, you have your scene, and your scene always has a set, or what we'll call a foundation. So when you look at the items that you're serving, what's going to be your set? What is going to be the foundation of your meal? So Brianna, when you're looking at this, what do you think that the set is? What is the foundation?
I say the lo mein.
Yes. I think that's a great foundation for this. So we're going to treat lo mein as the set for this particular show that we're putting on. And then we're going to think about who's the hero. There's always some type of hero or some type of star in a play or production that you put on. And so in this particular meal, what would you choose as the star of this particular dish?
Probably the beef and broccoli.
Okay, so that's the way we're going to plate it today. And then you're going to use the other things. So the bok choy we'll use for our supporting characters. And then we have a little bit of green onion that we brought along as well. And we have some of our seasonings that you guys can keep in your pantry at your or in your dorm room, in your little dorm room pantry that you can keep so that you can utilize to kind of give it extra flavors and fun things like that. So, okay, Bray, so what I want you to do is go ahead and you're going to start by creating your foundation right here at the center of the plate so that we have a great set to plate on.
Okay, great. So first I'm just going to take the lo mein here and put it right in the center of the plate.
She got real fancy with it too. I love how she's doing the swirl on it today.
I have a little culinary experience there. So
she put the swirl on it for us. And the good thing about the swirl kind of gives you a little bit of, it allows it to kind of stay in place a little bit better than if you just kind of take your noodles and just kind of spring them on the plate. And so, and you're going to have fun moments like this as you're doing it. So do not be afraid of the fun moments that you have along the way.
Okay, so how's that?
All right, so that's great. And the next thing that we're going to do from there is, one of the things that you want to make sure you're doing as you go is you want to keep that plate as neat as possible. So grab yourself a paper towel so that you can keep it clean around the side. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that we use a white plate. This plate, where do we get it from?
The dollar store.
Yes, the dollar store. And so $1 for a plate like this. White plates are really good because they show the entire palette that you have of your food. So your colors are going to stand out a lot more with a white plate versus if you use a colored plate or a pattern plate. So they're perfect for photography. All right, so now that we've got our foundation set, it's there. We're going to go ahead and add on our main star, which is going to be our beef and broccoli. So we're going to place that one carefully on top today. Perfect.
And this is great because, again, this is something that's seemingly so complicated that it's actually so easy to do, and you can do it anywhere in your dorm room and really make any dish look so much better than the packaging here.
Right, and that's the fun part about it too, is because you could do this for someone special and they'd be like, wow, you're so good at this. You're going to add a little bit on this side too. All right, so we'll put some on this side so that way the meat comes all the way across. Let's get another piece. Oh, I love how they have made sure that this is it looks like a small package, but then as you're like pulling the meat out, you realize like, oh my goodness, they're making sure that these to-go boxes are nice and full for you, which is perfect because you'll want that as you're taking them back to your dining experience. And that's something that we've worked really hard to try to make sure that we do for you guys, is to make sure that we're providing enough food for you, since many of you guys are doing to-go dining only. All right, so now we've got our... What do you think so far?
Perfect. That looks great.
It does look great. So now we want to include a couple more things. One, our supporting cast. And so finding a place for that supporting cast, sometimes it can be off to the side. Sometimes it can be included in a piece of it or a part of it. It just depends on what your preference is. And it also depends on the way that you eat your food. So if this was me, because I don't really like my food to mix, I would probably use a small ramekin and put it off to the side to put my bok choy in, because I don't really care for my vegetables touching. So if you are a non-toucher, then you might want to invest in a few ramekins. I recommend somewhere like TJ Maxx or Ross has them on sale. You could probably get one for like $3.99 to keep in your dorm room, and they're perfect. So if that's the type of eater you are, I recommend your dollar plate here and then a ramekin there, just to keep them separate.
Or if you're like me, you can just put it right on the plate and arrange it in a way that still is presentable and still is much better and much more enjoyable than eating in this to-go container.
All right, so I'm going to let you go ahead and put the bok choy on.
Is there any way or method to it?
I want you to have fun with it and be creative, because that's what it's really about today, is just the creativity that we want to show in our plating as well. So there's no wrong or right way to plate. It's all about having that experience and taking our time and providing something that looks appealing to the eye, and that just encourages the rest of our senses to enjoy their particular meal.
And there's a lot of color in this dish too, which really helps it as well.
Yes. I love colors. Colors are so critical because you don't want things that you plate to be too much of one color or the other. So with that, let's go ahead and we're going to pull some of the carrots and add some more of that color that's there that may have been hidden. So if you have like pieces of colors, add those in. Something else that I love to kind of get, I used to be in the Air Force long time ago. So we would go to the chow hall and I would always get at the salad bar, I'd go and I'd get like onions and peppers and things like that and put them in my to-go thing, because then I could use them back in the dorms as well. So those are like some good ways to get some extra kind of produce type items that you can use later on as you're plating your food when you get back to your dorm. So you don't have to purchase them. It's right there. So we've got all that beautiful color that's there. And so if you wanted to zhuzh this up and take it to even another level, you could utilize some of the things. So let's try a little bit of the soy sauce today. All right. Soy sauce is a great addition to your any Asian dish that you're doing. Just remember, it packs a lot of punch, so you don't want to use a lot. You may have some of this leftovers from your Chinese food or something like that. So also don't forget that you can use that. So we're just going to use a little tiny bit of that just to give it a little extra flavor today. Put that back. And then we also have some green onions. And these are 99 cents at the grocery store. So it's something that is easy to add in. I love to add these to like ramen and different items like that. So these are perfect. And, you can grab these off of your salad bar as well. So we're going to just put a little bit of that on top to just encourage a little fresh color. All right. And now you have your same dining hall meal, and it is plated, so you've gone from your to-go container with everything there together, and now you have an Instagram-worthy plate. So let's see if we can pull that up for you so you can see it. I think we did a good job of making this memorable.
Really great.
And so that's what we want you to have. Have a good time and enjoy your dining. This is something that you can then heat up. So you can do this two ways. You can heat it up in your reusable to-go container, or you can heat it up once you plated it. A lot of times I like working with hot food, so I'll heat mine up first and then I'll plate it. Like I said, dollar store plate, you can go and grab you 4 plates from the dollar store. That's less than That's less than $5, and you'll have those to rotate out so that you can enjoy your meals. So we want to thank you for watching today's episode of
Make It Memorable.